Hi and welcome to our second video blog. It's me, Dave Robson again, and today I'm here with Jonathan Bowdler, ICT's Global Head of Compliance. And again, following some questions from students, we're going to have a quick look at the topic of corporate governance. So Jonathan, corporate governance has been in the news a lot recently. We've seen Barclays and we've seen other sort of ethical questions. It seems to be based around the management of firms and the culture within firms. So why are we finding that corporate governance is in the spotlight so much at the moment?
Well, really it goes back to the credit crisis. Post-credit crisis analysis, post-credit crisis investigations, looking for reasons as to why we had the issues that we had. One of the areas that came up again and again, both in the UK and globally, was the fact that do senior managers really know what's going on in their firms? And corporate governance is the system for them understanding what is going on in their firms.
So that's really what corporate governance is, and it's a way to help you better understand what's happening in your firm.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, people talk about corporate governance an awful lot, but when you analyse it, it really just comes down to the fact that it's a decision-making system. It's all about getting the information within the business to the right people in a timely fashion so that they can hopefully make the correct decision. People get things wrong, and that's fine. People learn from their mistakes. But if senior management are getting things wrong because they're being fed the wrong information, they don't really know what's going on in their business, then you can improve their performance and you can improve the decision making of an organisation by enhancing the corporate governance structure. And at the end of the day, that's what it is. It's a structure, it's a system, and it's a system that requires procedures, and it needs to be managed and controlled. And nowadays, a lot of organisations will look to compliance to take on that role of managing the corporate governance structure within a firm.
So when we hear about it in the headlines, then there seems to be a lot more behind it than perhaps you would think at first glance. So why does it really matter? What do we get from it?
Well, fundamentally, even if you take out any kind of regulatory issue, corporate governance is probably the most important system and control in your business, given that the people running the business, the senior managers, are making their decisions, sometimes strategic, sometimes tactical, maybe down to operational levels, based on the information that they have at hand. So therefore, what you need is an appropriate system that's well managed and well functioned to give them the right information, and then hopefully the benefits that you get from that are that not only are decisions made correctly, they're made correctly first time. So you speed up the decision making process. You also hopefully reduce any kind of rework that needs doing in a business when things go wrong. So if you get the flow of information correct, then you save considerable cost, and of course potentially if those decisions are strategic in nature, then you may get into new markets sooner, new products sooner, more distribution channels might become available to you. So all of these decisions are driven and fed by the flow of information, and at the end of the day, having an effective corporate governance structure will enable you to make better decisions. Now, I said, despite the fact that there's a regulatory requirement, that regulatory requirement of course shouldn't be overlooked, and if you're a listed organisation in the UK, then you must comply with the Corporate Governance Code. So there is a compliance requirement there. And even if you're not listed, if you're an authorised organisation via the FSA, then within their systems and controls handbook, you've got to have the appropriate systems and controls for managing your business. So you can't break this link between corporate governance, between risk management and between compliance. And so if you're involved in any of those areas, then you do have to be aware of and ensure that your business is across a corporate governance to facilitate better risk management and better compliance as well.
Okay, brilliant, thanks Jonathan. So essentially what we're saying is if you get it right, there are considerable benefits to be had, and if you get it wrong, there can be really quite negative consequences. So that's been great, thanks for running through that, and we'll see you next time.
Cheers.
Thank you.